Hey guys, I haven't posted on my secret channel in a little bit. Hopefully I'll start posting more. We'll have to see how things unfold. But I wanted to post this video today to kind of talk about and answer some of your questions on the video I posted last night, which was on counter surfing. I loved it. I love the way it came out. I hope you guys do too. With that said, I'm gonna answer a couple of your questions here in the video. Amber asks, could rewarding the dog as soon as he or she jumps off create a chain behavior? Now there was a point in the video where Chloe jumped down from the counter and I rewarded her immediately. I want to say yes, but I'm waiting for her to get down and then I'm going to reward her. Yes,
good
very
girl.
good. And this is what I mean. It's 10 times more effective to show your dog what you do want rather than correcting them for what you don't want. That was an excellent example. Very good, Chloe. That was wonderful. I think this question is, well, don't you run the risk of reinforcing jumping on the counter because you rewarded so close to that event? Here's the thing, and I think that if you guys can really understand this and get this, this will really have a chain reaction into other parts of your training. When a behavior is new, or when you're trying to create new behavior, I can't stress how vital it is that you let your dog know the instant you see even a glimmer of that behavior coming out in them and reward them with that and communicate to them how much you love that behavior. So in the case of jumping off the counter, the moment she jumps off the counter, I want to let her know that's what I like. Now, I think that, Amber, you make a very valid point, because if you did this forever and ever, your dog would see it as a bit of a game, like, oh, I jump on the counter, I get down, I get a treat. The key is, the next step to that is to start asking for more and more time after your dog gets down until eventually the behavior of jumping on the counter is extinct and they realize that the only thing that results in them getting reward is doing what you like. Next question comes from Joanne. She says, so this is awesome. Should I do this with non-food items as well? Yeah, the same concept applies if you're trying to teach your dog to not get socks or shoes or clothes or other things they're not supposed to get into. Supervision is the key, and it's really important to make sure that you are there to give them a lot of feedback. Obviously let them know what you don't like, but more importantly, let them know what you do like. That's a really, really important theme in teaching dogs when you're using positive reinforcement training. This comes from Eaton or Eaton, E-I-T-A-N. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce. I've never seen that name before. There was no mention of what to do when the dogs are left alone and they get on stuff. Actually, there was a mention of that. I think you may have missed it, but it does bear repeating and kind of elaborating on a little bit, at least in this format. So if your dog tends to get on the counter or get into stuff they're not supposed to when you're gone, well, that's your fault, because you've put them in that position. They don't know any better. They don't, they're not instinctively going to know not to take food when it's right there in front of them if you're not there to teach them. So the best way to handle this is to control our dog's environment. The bottom line is your dog can't be in a position to perform the undesired behavior, in this case, jumping on the counter, when you're not there to supervise. So how do we do that? What's the answer? We can't supervise our dogs all the time. Well, that's where keeping them in another room comes in handy, or keeping them in the yard if you're gonna be gone a few hours, or keeping them in a crate as long as it's for a minimal amount of time. So there are a lot of things you can do to control the environment. The best thing you can do is if you will just bite the bullet and get in there while they're young or while you've gotten the new dog and just really commit to teaching them and being very, very consistent, then you'll get this resolved so much quicker than kind of going about it halfway. You know, you have to really just commit from the beginning, do it right, and you'll be fine as they get older and learn more. And by the way, it'll be in the description of this video. But the most important thing I wanted people to get out of that video is preventing the behavior from occurring to begin with. See, where traditional dog training goes wrong is they wait for the dog to do the behavior they don't like, and then they punish the dog or correct the dog physically by pulling them down or reprimanding the dog for doing the thing they didn't like. And it's not even that this won't be effective. I suppose it'll be somewhat effective, but it's not the most ideal way to go if you're trying to get faster results. By being proactive and showing your dog what you do like, you're going to be much better off in the long run. And plus, it just there are no side effects. There is no fear from your dog when you focus on just really connecting with and teaching them. That's really what I wanted people to get. Now, if you're relying on physical corrections as your general strategy for teaching your dog, your results are going to be mediocre at best. And as a matter of fact, the highest levels of training that I've seen with dominance or correction-based trainers are simply a pretty decent heel. That's where your dog walks on your left side at varying speeds. And that's pretty much the pinnacle of what we can expect with correction-based training. Do you know what I mean? Dogs are so much smarter than that. They can do so much more than that. They're much more complex than that. And we shouldn't reduce what we expect of them to such menial things like that. Anyway, guys, I hope this helps. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be posting another video at some point here. I don't know. What do you want my next video to be about? I've got a couple of dogs and people that I'm really interested in making a video with, but you can tell me in the comments below, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.